Good afternoon. I am João Neto, founder and president of Ndrive. And I will briefly address three questions. What do you do? Why does it matter? And why are we different from our competitors? So, Ndrive is a Portuguese software company. We are a team of 40, and we are 100% focused on one single product. We develop an app which is a navigation system that runs in all kinds of smartphones. And this is basically something the user can use to find any place in the world, place being an address, being a point of interest like a restaurant, a train station, or a dynamic point of interest. For example, where is your Facebook friend, specific Facebook friend at this specific moment? Besides finding anything, the system provides detailed turn-by-turn instructions for the user to achieve that place, being walking, by car, public transportation, etc. So we implement a very rich set of features, including things like detailed traffic information, text-to-speech. You are driving, you need to understand where are you going to, and it speaks aloud the details of the point of interest, among many, many others. And we compiled maps from partners from the whole globe, and we are currently selling in more than 50 countries with our system, with written and spoken instructions in dozens of languages to allow a perfect localization of the software. We have two kinds of approaches. One is direct B2C. We are selling in the all major app stores, Apple App Store, Google Play, etc. And we have OEM partnerships with companies like handset manufacturers. LG is selling in dozens of countries and Ndrive solution with our brands. Sony Ericsson the same, Samsung is starting. And we also have partnerships with carriers and yellow pages I'll address in the second phase of my presentation. So, the second question, why does this matter? Navigation and location-based services are one of the most looked for categories of apps in the world. We are always on the top, this category is always on the top of the app stores, and is the kind of system of software that people recurrently uses and has huge traction on the users. Secondly, in the beginning where we started, our market consisted of on the navigation system inside the cars, in dash, and specific devices for navigation, which people call GPSs and are actually personal navigation devices, one-purpose device. These are diminishing or not growing so fast along the years, but the smartphone segment started to grow 3 years ago, and it's exponential, with exponential growth, and will achieve 1 billion devices very soon. Basically, every phone will have a GPS receptor and will have the capability of running a software that provides you the features I described. So this is an industry that's very hot. All major players are entering this space. The first one was Google, the second was Nokia, and the third one was Telmap in last November, acquiring the three of them competitors of Ndrive. And the last one was Apple that entered recently in the space. And this showed that navigation is not a simple system to deploy. It requires many years of fine-tuning, as seen by the problems Apple recognized publicly recently. So, why are we different? We believe we can compete on this market with a different positioning. First of all, we believe that we have to go to a freemium model. We cannot sell our licenses, which is our current business model, for many more years. Secondly, we have what's called the on-board solution. The software is running on the device on your mobile phone, which means that the user experience is much better. You don't have to wait for the instructions to have network, to have the instruction to turn on the next turn, and there will be no bandwidth hog for the carriers that are deploying the system. Of course, we need to connect to collect information, dynamic information like traffic, like where other people are, but mainly our system works on the device, on the smartphone itself. Second, and most importantly, we believe we can compete with all the players with what we call hyperlocal solutions. This means having a much better solution for a specific region and associating it with a local brand that is perceived as a high-value brand. We believed that 1 year ago, and we decided to take two experiences on the market, two pioneering experiences. One of them was the TME Ndrive. We launched in the beginning of this year this system. This is the first time in the industry that the on-board solution was offered for free for everyone in the market in Portugal. This is not a demonstration version, this is a full-featured version. And this had a huge traction, much more than we could expect. Basically, 300,000 people downloaded the app in the market where there are less than 1 million devices. We are only deploying this on iOS and Android platforms. This represents higher than 30% penetration, which is an exception. I never heard about such a penetration in the market. But more important than that, users are very active. They come back to the app. The average number of users per month is 20 times, and the average time people spend on the application is 12 minutes. This is very important for the monetization process. The second experience we had, very successful, was with the French Yellow Pages called MAPI. We launched this year. Also, we had 1 million downloads in a matter of months without any kind of promotion. So basically this shows that, one comment I forgot to say, these downloads are done on iOS and Android devices which do have their own native navigation solutions from Apple and from Google. So people recognize that this is a better solution than the ones that came by default on their mobile phones. And we are learning now how to monetize these kind of communities, and the Yellow Pages will offer an additional advantage. They are experts in selling advertising, and they have 2,000 people that will start selling this offering in their core business in this week, actually. So how can we monetize this? Two ways. One is placing contextually based ads, being it banners or sponsorships, and they are related to the place or the time of the day where people are. And secondly, selling additional content, for example, guides for restaurants, for example, detailed traffic information, etc. So, thank you, Portugal Telecom, for the invitation, and thank you for your attention.